but again, I didn't want to say yes and then have results be complicated. But Anna is picked up first along with the Melthiel, so obviously they had a big strategy in place this week for Anna. Now being the first time that she is able to be played in NGS here, following the 2 week roll. So we do see that coming up. We do see the Malthael coming out too, who's actually very, very strong right now. You're going to have a lot of people in close quarters. So Malthael is going to be able to get a little bit of value from his ult, which I assume is going to be Tormented Souls coming out from him too. 15 seconds left on the pick up for the side of Misplaced Ults. I'd anticipate to see maybe their healer and one of their sustained damage dealers coming out, maybe Avala and Malfurion. Nope, they make liars out of me. So they're going to take their second frontline hero as well as the gray main here tonight. Basically saying, hey, look, we're going to secure a good frontline right now, make it so Anna basically is going to hit one of our tanks if she's going to throw out that sleep dart. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how they decide to play around this. Tyrell's very good at being able to maybe get to that Anna in the back line, who doesn't have too much in terms of escapability, unless she really is going to be using her sleep dart to basically get rid of her pursuers. So again, it'll be interesting to see how people play around that. Again, not too many people have seen her, especially not in the competitive scene. Up until this point, I don't know if this is the first evening or matchup of the evening that people are coming in to play some games or not, but this is definitely the first time that I'm going to see her in an NGS setting. So it'll be interesting again to see kind of what Better Than Yesterday has in store for her, because again, they really wanted me to check to make sure it was okay. So they obviously have something up their sleeve. Stukov going to be the ban out for Better Than Yesterday. Going to see that being picked up here, basically being shut down and put away. Uh, So again, it's not really surprising here if they don't have a healer right now. Getting rid of the Stukov is a great idea. He is by far, in my opinion, the best healer in the game. So for Better Than Yesterday to determine, they want to basically do a support choke, I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. We do also sit here and see right now the the Garrosh being hovered. Originally, they were hovering the Uther. I'm glad that they're switching away from the support, only because you don't want to kind of support choke yourself whenever they already have at least one and they banned another one. You want to leave as many open for you to pick as possible. So I'm glad that they basically tried to take away a tank, especially since Better Than Yesterday did not have any picked up yet at this point. So 46 seconds here, Better Than Yesterday going to be picking up their next two heroes, second to final pick for that team coming up here. Again, I'd like to see the frontline presence come out right now. Potentially another support. I don't know if they're planning on solo healing with Anna or not. I think maybe she could use a little bit in terms of a Tyrande or something. Here comes the Lucio. So yeah, they did understand that a second support would be needed and is welcome. So the Lucio and ETC being picked up, obviously ETC being one of the best tanks in the game right now. A real solid kit on a whole. Basically also has a great ultimate or two ultimate opportunities on a map like this. So he could take the global and go stage dive. Basically going to be able to play 1-for-1 with the Dahaka, stay in lane as long as the Dahaka does at least post 10, and then basically get to the objective or get to the point, do whatever his team needs him to do. But then he also has the mosh pit. So you see the Dahaki, you see the Grey Mane, you see the Tyrael, probably all going to be in close proximity at certain points. So if you can land a solid mosh, maybe power slide in, get that stun, and do your mosh, then you're going to have Melthiel that's just going to be able to start cleaning up for those couple seconds. So not a real big shocker in that regard either. Gul'dan Brightwing now being picked up to round out the side of Misplaced Ults. So you do see a little bit of sustained damage coming from the Grey. I mean, kind of bursty as well, but I anticipate him kind of doing a little bit of a ranged build with the Molotov and such. And then Gul'dan basically trying to burst people down and zone them off points. Brightwing also right now in a pretty good spot. There is going to be the nerf coming to him whenever the PTR releases next week with Junkrat. So she's going to basically have to get a little bit of love now while she can. But again, also another global hero for the side of Misplaced Ults, allowing them to do a little bit more with the map macro. So just expect to see a little bit more of that coming out too. King, boo to you too, man. It's October. Halloween's coming up. Everybody's feeling a little bit good. I don't know about what it's like where everybody else lives here, but I am a Pittsburgh native, and it is 80 degrees out today. So it does not feel like fall, but it is blistering hot. Uh, and we do see the volley being picked up right now for the side of Better Than Yesterday to round out their composition. I think that's a real good pickup. I love Volley right now. She's basically one of the main assassins that I can play. Again, being a support main, I don't play too many, but Vala I do play because I love her. I think she has some ability. She puts out good damage. Has two solid ult opportunities and a couple build variations. Although I'd anticipate to see the Q build being picked up right now for this map. So here we go. The match is starting up. Everybody is going to be getting in position. Once again, Better Than Yesterday is going to be on the right hand side today with Misplaced Ults on the left in the blue. While we load up again, I am just going to remind everybody we do have a giveaway that we are going to be giving away on one of my streams tonight. It's either going to be this one or the one that I cast at 10 p.m. So if it is not during this one and you want to come back and have a chance to win, it'll be at the 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific match that I cast. It'll be probably about an hour or so whenever this one ends, maybe a little bit less. I am going to be giving away a copy of Elder Scrolls Online, what's it called, the Tamriel Unlimited Edition, as well as a Vanity Pet, the Piglet, and 15 days of the Pro Service. So, again, strongly encourage you to stick around. As always, subscribers are going to have twice the chance to win just because, again, you support the stream. I'm going to give you a little bit better chance to subscribe. So if you are an Amazon Prime member, you could do that for free. And basically increase your chances of winning that way. So we are going to get started here. We are going to introduce the side of Misplaced Ults. We have Lincoln Park on the top. It looks like Sershan Sheep may have left. Sheep Fu is the gray main. DS Smiley is going to be the Brightwing. And we see Surmaka and JTR, it looks like they're back, basically wrapping up the bottom one with the Dahaka and Gul'dan. They're already spreading out, looking to get the soak game going, at least at the bottom and the mid lanes. And then we do have on the right side, Better Than Yesterday, Ghost Dunk is the Malthael. We have, who is that? Murad on the Vala. We have Arcanic basically hanging back as the Ana. Masterfish is the ETC, and Sershan Sheep is the Lucio. We do see Greymane basically positioning up here, getting ready for that wave to come in and get that XP soak. Same with the bottom lane. The mid is doing a good job at just kind of forcing them here, letting their team start getting that XP soak as best they can. They're going to be pushed back, but they know that that's not really one of their concerns. So they did a good job buying at least one wave for both of their teams to start that XP soak early. And we do see Lucio making his way up top along with Murad and the Vala to get some soak there, and Malthael heading bot against the Gul'dan and the Dahaka. So Master Fish then is going to be the solo laner here in the mid, going up against the Brightwing and the Tyrael. Not going to be able to really push against that, so I don't expect too much action here, especially with the Ana now making her way top against Shifu too. Brightwing understanding that a 3v1 is not a good situation for Greymane to be in, so makes his way to the top too. The key to this game is going to be how well does Eric on the Ana land his skill shots. Obviously Ana is a real strong hero to play as. But she does take a little bit of skill. You don't really get too many opportunities to do things right. Luckily her Q has a real short cooldown, but if you're missing every time, it doesn't matter. So she's basically providing a little bit of those burst heals to counteract the Lucio sustained healing, which is going to make it real difficult for them to do anything against this Vala as long as they stay within the appropriate range. So we have DS Smiley basically doing his best to continue to keep people poked off. I don't know if something went wrong with the stream or not, but it's loading on my end, so I apologize if things are going wrong on your side, guys. JTR basically doing his best, pushing in, trying to hold his lane as well. We see Greymane positioning right now for these camps. Going to take the 2-minute mark right before the objective pops. 4 being picked up on the side of Misplaced Ults. And again, we have Masterfish and Lincoln Park still holding mid. Bottom lane, we see Gul'dan maybe getting bullied just a little bit by the Malthael, but nothing too terribly needed. Top lane here, we see Dahaka lining up. with the Brightwing still trying to get in position. It's going to take a little bit of time. They may not be able to contest this with as long as the Gul'dan's taking. We see Melthiel staying down, basically trying to get that bottom soak, as best he can. And this is a real good job on the side of Better Than Yesterday, being able to pick this up, especially being down a hero, and being able to get it as quickly as they can so that these Giants cannot continue to push into this top lane. So it's a real good job on the side of Better Than Yesterday, being able to pick that up early, especially with a level disadvantage. So Hawk in a real rough spot. Is he going to fall? The Sleeping Dart goes out. 6 health. Yeah, he goes down. So Hawk does fall, the first death of the game. Better Than Yesterday, doing a real good job, basically being able to keep him in a bad position. He did try to burrow to save himself, but just wasn't quite enough. Didn't have the backup from his team to be able to do too much with it. Gul'dan does go back, basically gets a little bit of mana, his health back. He's coming back into the fight against the top, because this is going to be a tough lane for them to win, especially with the Greymane that they did have here, because Greymane just wasn't able to get too much done. So Dahaka maybe being able to put a little bit more AoE damage out there, making it a little bit more difficult for Anna to choose her targets and rely a lot more on the Lucio heals. Tribute again spawning right here on the side, closer to Better Than Yesterday, so they're going to have a little bit of advantage of being able to contest this and grab this if they want. If they do get it, it's going to put them up 2-1 right now in the terms of Tribute. Looks like they're just going to let it go and try to get this gank down here in the Melthiel. Obviously leaving 2 members back. Is he going to get away? No. Oh, real good dodge. Real solid dodge in that Melthiel. Don't mean to take away from the credit up top, but I think we all kind of knew what was happening there. Being that 2 people from Misplaced Ults were at the bottom. Ghost Dunk with the dodges of the game, man. Real solid playing, man. I think that's good stuff. So Maccabee is getting low, has to go to the Sippy Cup to get a little bit of a heal. Going to continue to push in this lane, try to push back against the Vol and Ana. I think they may be able to do it with the 2 of them, especially because Gul'dan's going to be able to keep himself healed just a little bit. So I do anticipate seeing that picked up too. Sheepfu going 1v2 against the Melthiel and the Lucio. That is not going to be a lane he's going to win, so Tyrell's going to come in and help him there. And Dahak and ETC kind of doing the battle of the tanks down bottom. So bottom Tribute's going to spawn on the safe side of Misplaced Ults. The question now is going to be, does Better Than Yesterday try to get this now or go for the lane soak? Being that they already have 2, I wouldn't be surprised if they went for the lane soak, but it looks like they're going to try to contest it. Brightwing coming back in, going to provide a little bit of vision and healing for his team there. But again, it's not going to be able to probably keep up, so we do see Linkin Park going to probably drop here in a second. He goes down. Masterfish low, but probably going to be able to get away unless the Greymane really pursues, which he's not going to be able to do. Masterfish gets away with about 300 health. So real strong play on that side too. Masterfish does a great power slide in to the back line of the side of Misplaced Ults. Again, that's the power of the ETC. Sheepfu not going to be able to get away, going to be chased back by the Lucio and the Melthiel too. So again, Better Than Yesterday, just controlling this game on a whole. Gets the first objective. They're going to start pushing in mid and bot. We do see the Tyrell going up top, trying to get soaked, trying to make it so his team can get to 10s, at least at a similar time from Better Than Yesterday as well. The Haka doing his best to come down here and clear the bottom lane. Brightwing is going to join him there too, trying to keep him alive. The tongue goes out, but obviously there is no ammo to do anything for the Melthiel right now, at least for the next 40 seconds or so. So they have a real easy push. I expect this bottom fort to probably fall. I don't know if these 2 are going to be able to defend it against the Melthiel and Vala. Middle fort basically in a pretty good spot. They did lose this wall. Here, obviously the wall at the bottom down as well, and coming down to basically provide a little bit of healing, going to allow them to really contest this fort. Dahak and Brightwing understanding that they're not going to be able to stop that. 10's being picked up on the side of Better Than Yesterday right now, so we do see ETC obviously goes to stage dive to come in. Tormented Souls as we anticipated at the draft for the Melthiel, Nano Boost for the Ana. I anticipate her target to be the Melthiel. Sound Barrier going out for the ETC. And Vala taking Rain of Vengeance for a little bit more CC on her side. We also see 10s being picked up right now for the side of Misplaced Ults, so we are going to go over those too. While it looks like every team is positioning for their respected bosses. So Curse Bolt being picked up, Emerald Wind, Sanctification, Horrify, and Isolation being picked up on the side of Misplaced Ults. Both teams taking their Bruiser camps, or their Mercenaries, I'm sorry. The Bruiser, sorry. The Bruiser camps are going to be picked up right now for both teams. Going to be getting to push down the lane in the middle, contest that. Anna going up right now against the Malthael. Not going to win that battle, so we do see both teams again also going for the boss. So everybody doing the normal rotations, which you expect to see happen right here. Both of them actually real similar in ability to clear. Better than yesterday, maybe has a little bit of an advantage, but they did a real good job here, basically picking up both bosses, forcing each team to defend. So it looks like Misplaced Ults is taking the approach of, going back, getting mana, and then going up. Nobody pushing with the boss. As is better than yesterday. They're both doing the same kind of game right now. Everybody coming back to defend. Shockingly enough, the Hawk basically clears the wave, preventing any kind of minions to come in and continue to add damage to that fort. We do see the blue boss going to be probably dropping here any second. Is he going to get us? Yep, he does manage to get one last good punch off. And Dahaka doing his best to continue to push or defend out against this top boss, but it's not going to be enough. There just wasn't enough damage there. Greyman should have probably been up there just a little bit earlier and could have probably salvaged that fort. But again, too little too late at this point. Brightwing basically taking bottom soak, doing what she does best. She is going to be able to teleport wherever she needs to on time. Gul'dan now at the middle lane, continuing to push up here. Greymane coming in as well. Again, everybody's just kind of playing the soak game right now. We do see 13s being picked up on the side of better than yesterday, so they're going to have a little bit of a town lead for a little bit of a time. Probably should be looking for some sort of a fight while they can't push this advantage, but they are going by and just getting camps and continuing to play a little bit safe. So not necessarily a bad idea on their part. Lincoln Park gets to about 50% health. Has to go back and, no, he's going to go back in 50%. I thought maybe he was going to go back and just kind of give us one up, but understanding it better than yesterday is already there. I think that may have been the better option for him. Good Horrify coming out. Here comes the stage dive, securing the kill on the Vala. Oh man, so ETC, even though he gets a good stage dive in there to try to save it, wasn't quite enough. Obviously the Vala does go down. Misplaced Ults is able to secure that, but then also secures the kill on the ETC as well. So ETC, solid attempt trying to get up there to your team, just wasn't quite enough time. Or, potentially just, you should account that as a loss and the team should have went back. But it was a solid effort. Like what he's trying to think there, trying to play the team game. Sir Makashifu, basically the Gul'dan and the Greymane pushing in that top lane, doing the best they can to try to take this forward, get a little bit of an XP, or keep that XP lead now, actually. They are now up on that, so for the first time in this match, they are ahead compared to better than yesterday. And the upside, too, is that they still have all of this XP option on the board. They have all the forts, the majority of the towers, things like that they can claim. So if they can pick a good team fight, maybe get 1 or 2 kills, they'll be able to win back some of this XP and make a little bit bigger of a comeback than, say, better than yesterday would if they sat there and came into it. Again, this is better than yesterday's map pick, so they probably feel real confident on it, especially because they first picked the Anna and the Meltdown. They had a real good idea for it. Fort goes down on the side of better than yesterday. First one dropped on that side, and it's a good position too because here comes the objective in 2 seconds. Brightwing comes in to basically help secure that zone, provide healing for her team. So nobody's trying to channel, everybody's kind of just dancing around waiting for somebody to make that first move. Looks like ETC is going to be the aggressor on this side. Comes in. Again, nobody's channeling, smart move. Nobody wants to sit there and take themselves out of the fight. Ghost Dunk basically getting on his mount in the back line, trying to make himself a little bit harder of a target to hit for these Gul'dan shots. Oh, good Horrify coming out against the side of better than yesterday, but we do see Malthael coming in using Tormented Souls, but it doesn't matter. Sanctification popped, preventing a significant amount of damage against his team. Lincoln Park, after doing a great job, does happen to fall though. His team all low, while it looks like better than yesterday, is pretty much at full health for everybody that's left, and we do see ETC with 15 seconds left. So even if he comes in, even if they do win this, Goldan just out of range. I would say even if they do see them continue to pick this fight, ETC could just stage dive in and secure a kill. So Vala does use her Rain of Vengeance to try to basically save the Melthiel life. Doesn't quite do it. ETC comes in from behind though. The Haka pulls out the stun, but he is going to fall. He has nothing to retreat back to. We do see DS Smiley doing the smart move, teleporting away to the team. Yeah, they need to let that ETC fall. They need it back. Yeah, you have no bottom lane. I don't know why they're picking this fight. This is a bad idea. So we are going to see the Goldan drop as well. Yeah, when you lose your one of your tanks and your other tank is the top lane, that's not a good time to fight. So we do see better than yesterday going in, trying to secure this boss. I anticipate them to immediately go to objective next and allow the boss to walk down lane. You can see Misplaced Ult is just understanding they have to give this up with 2 members down. So they're going to be in kind of a rough position. Strangely, Tyrael is trying to start this. Him and Greyman, I don't think are going to be able to get it fast enough before the rest of this team rotates up after objective, because you know they want that second boss. They want to sit there and get it as quick as they can. It's 50%, but here comes the side of Misplaced Ults. Or not Misplaced Ults, I'm sorry, better than yesterday, making their way up. They are going to probably get there in time to stop it. Oh, they get on point. Oh, but not quite enough. Misplaced Ults manages to secure that to a boss for boss kill. Goldan is in the bottom basically trying to defend against the other boss. Sanctification comes out, but only saves Lincoln Park, and only temporarily. He goes down as well, so better than yesterday still has a 5-man push available to them, with 2 of the objectives out of 3 being taken that they need for yet another curse. Sir Magica not going to be able to put enough damage out on this to save that front wall. We do see boss coming in, probably going to do a good hunk of damage out of this keep. Oh no, Greymane comes down in time, so that's fine. But we do see better than yesterday that it is going to try to push this in. They have to anticipate this. They have to know it's open. They have 2 people down. They're going to want to pick that fight. And they do so. Goldan puts out the fear, but it's not enough. Doesn't manage to get that Vala in it, who's ultimately the cause of his death. ETC gets real low. But thanks to the Anahil's basically able to get back into the fight. Looks like nothing ever happened. So there goes the objective. So Misplaced Ults, man, they're in a rough spot. Yeah, better than yesterday is playing a real strong game tonight. They know what they wanted to do. They're making it work. They're pushing in this bottom lane. They're going to basically be able to secure this keep. Interesting to see if they're just going to continue to push in and try to win, or if they're going to sit there and start rotating out. But unless yesterday loses ETC though, so they are going to probably have to back. Their only real frontline option at this point is Melthiel. And you anticipate that he doesn't want to be there, because he's kind of a little bit squishy if he can't get his self-sustained off. So great job by Misplaced Ults, basically forcing them back, buying a little bit of breathing room for that keep, because it did not fall. Believe it or not, and all that, they got so caught up in the team fight. Nobody took the easy keep. Wow. A real solid play by Misplaced Ults, and a real missed opportunity on the side of better than yesterday. Oh, it looks like we have a disconnect.
Has left the battle. Welcome back.
Nope. He's back. Okay, so the Hug is a JTR, so he is back. No real worries there. So camp's being picked up by both teams. Giants going to be pushing in the bottom lane. I'd anticipate them to come down and try to defend against those Giants whenever they get a little bit closer, only because your keep is dangerously low. Bruiser's being picked up on the side of better than yesterday as well. So basically trying to put as much map pressure as they can on it. ETC going to go and try to clear a little bit of that top lane, get again close on talent advantages. Okay, so we do have somebody that leaves. So yeah, again, kind of a real solid push on JTR plays from Haiti. A real solid push, basically, but better than yesterday tonight. I don't know if it's going to be enough to secure anything. It's going to depend on how much the 20s can do on the side of Misplaced Ults. If Misplaced Alt can get these 20s, pick a solid fight, and make something happen, they're still easily in this. I mean, they have bottom lane relatively open, top lane relatively open. And we go from there. So again, we do see a little bit of connection issues from JTR. It looks like he's leaving the game. Comcast is awesome. Comcast does suck. I got rid of them the second I could. Just started to last week, which makes it worse. Yeah. So again, it's a tough spot for them to be in right now, but they could easily still make something happen as long as they can get a good team fight. And this may be the opportunity, because even though ETC has stage dive, if they can make a quick engagement here, which is going to be tough underneath the fort, granted. Okay, so okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so it's going to be tough for them to engage here, just being underneath that fort. So ETC does a great stage dive in. Although the Sanctification comes out, saves that team, forcing the Volley to pop her ult as well, which does not hit. So that was a good Sanctification, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Misplaced ult on the defensive right now. Running back, nothing to run back to, though, which makes it tough. Silence goes out on the Melthiel, and we do see the Tyrael go down. But not the end of the world if they're able to secure and keep all their structures. Although somebody is going to have to start thinking about going down here and contesting these giants relatively quickly, because that keep is going to be in a bad spot. It looks like Greymane does just that. Yeah, I mean, you can lose this fort, this tower, that's okay. But, you need to do as much as you can to defend this, but it looks like that's going to be impossible. We do see Better Than Yesterday coming down and continuing to push and, make adjustments and a real good push that way. It doesn't even need the Giants because the 5 of them were there and it was that low. But look at this, their core is under attack. Giants have made their way all the way through keep, all the way with the catapults in there too, and starts putting damage on the core. So this is one of those things that BTY, while they are probably outplaying Misplaced Ults every team fight. I mean, look, you're looking at 12 kills to 5. They basically let this whole top lane just go. Now we have Melthiel far away, doing his best to clear up lanes. It could be a 4v5 opportunity right now if Tyrael can get into this a little bit faster. It looks like he's not going to be able to. Melthiel is also still making his way here. No, he's not. He's just sitting here clearing a wave. Now he's coming in. So we see that coming in. We see a couple people trying to channel. Again, I would have sat there and maybe use your tanks to force them a little bit farther out than that. ETC does the stage that does not hit anybody. Is going to get real low, but thanks to the sound barrier from Lucio, survives that engagement. Brightwing tries to do the Emerald Wind, doesn't quite get that off. Tormented Soul is going to cause all kinds of damage and fun. So Brightwing goes down. Let's see who else drops. Melthiel goes down, Sheep Fu goes down, Sershan Sheep maybe gonna drop. No, he's gonna stay alive thanks to the anti-heals. We do see objective being pushed up again, but better than yesterday. So we did get a 2-for-1 trade at that point. Melthiel does basically come back thanks to No One Can Stop Death. So he is here. We do see the boss basically being started by Better Than Yesterday. The other team has to know this is going on. Misplaced Ults has to understand that's what is going to happen. They can't give this one up, or else it's going to go straight to core, and you already got catapults making your way there too. 2 right there, 1 on the behind coming that way. So you're going to have 3. You need to grab this boss, and you need to grab it fast. 18 seconds before ETC can even consider stage diving in. So I anticipate we see Better Than Yesterday. They're probably going to make their way down here. Try to, even if the boss is here, maybe try to make a push against it so this boss can get some work done in the top lane. No, they give it up. I guess, yeah, you're missing your gray main. But now the down part is it didn't have a time to regenerate. So they're going to have a double boss push. This could be game. If not,
Gather
it's definitely going to
tribute
be a
or
keep.
face my curse.
Um,
The choice is simple.
oh, man, that is rough. That is rough for Misplayed Ults, man. That is, they're keeping to their namesake here, and that's a misplay, man. If you're going to get it down that low,
Enemy's
you just got to
core
stay
is
and try
under
to fight it.
attack.
If you make that call without two people, you can't leave them have a half boss. You know they're going to basically be able to wipe that out in about 3 seconds. Which is exactly what they did. Boss coming in, the entire team of Better Than Yesterday pushing in too. Is this going to be it? Are we going to see the end here with potentially 2 bosses pushing in? Because this one, no, he'll drop out. Grain Sanctification, Emerald one coming out too. Again, the Tyrael, he's not getting max value out of these Sanctifications in most instances. He's using it to save himself, whereas he really needs to be putting a little bit of the onus in the work out on the side of his team. He needs to basically protect more people than that with each one. So he may be a little bit out each time from his team in a position that he doesn't want to be in. And look at this, man. Make me eat my words. Look at that keep. Real low, but going to be able to get there. Better Than Yesterday, down Vala. Misplayed Ults is going to be down the Tyrael. We see the Melthiel picking that one up. Katas are going to be on course. Somebody's going to have to go back. Somebody has to go back. There we go. The Hawk looks like he's walking back. Melty is going to go start this camp. The remainder of Misplaced Ults are going to start this camp. And we see Better Than Yesterday basically just keeping lanes clear, doing what they do best, maybe heading up to their bruisers up this way is what I'd anticipate seeing from them. Especially now this mid camp on the side of Misplayed Ults. It's going to start making their way down mid lane. Ribba doodle doo. Hey Kirlo, how you doing? Shifu coming in, basically clearing out a little bit of the giant camp, trying to keep that top lane pressure. They know this is their win lane, this is their win condition. Misplayed Ults has to keep pressure on that lane, has to constantly keep Better Than Yesterday going back and clearing that, just like they have to do in this bottom lane. So each one, it's a mirror image of the game right now. Obviously, they still have a whole wall down here where this keep is just dangerously low. But Misplayed Ults, they needed to be here. They should have started to come back a little bit sooner. Luckily, Dahaki here already. Yeah, because if they gave this one up, man, that was game. But look at this. ETC going to try to grab the vision. The rest of Better Than Yesterday going to be making their way top 2. Going to claim this keep. So that counters any catapult push that is going on right now for the side of Better Than Yesterday. Or, not Better Than Yesterday, I'm sorry, Misplayed Ults. Melfiel just wants to get it. He dives in, gets it, gonna get back out. So that does help at least equate everything out. They're gonna have to get back though because we do see giants being pushed in here.
Red team's core is under attack.
They're probably not gonna take too much terrible damage on the core. I anticipate them getting back in time. Probably won't even get to the shield, especially since Malthael just full backed. We are gonna anticipate an objective being pushed up here relatively quickly too. The rest of Better Than Yesterday coming in to try to defend this mid fort, basically trying to keep this lane this lane as closed off to the rest of the public as possible. Let's see.
Has destroyed a fort.
Okay, but luckily Misplayed Ults does manage to secure that, so better late than never. They finally get that fort in the mid lane down. But so now here's going to be the problem, where before they always had that top lane pressure. That's no longer going to be the case anymore. But they still have to go back and defend bot. If I were them, I would not push too dangerously hard into this. I would try to position your lanes as best you can and get ready for this. Oh, Sanctification going out. But then again, look, the whole team doesn't stay in it. The team tries to run out. You're not getting a lot of Sanct value from that because your team isn't staying with you. ETC gets feared terribly. He's going to power slide out. They're going to try to chase him and secure a kill, but I think ETC is going to get away pretty safely. Nope, he does die. He makes me eat my words. So now it is a 5v4. So how does Misplayed Ults handle this? They are going to be able to pick up the curse. It looks like they want to get the boss with it too. this could be game. Misplayed Ults could come back and win this after being in a rough spot the entire match. Always on their heels, always having to deal with what's it called? Their lanes being pushed up and things like that. Losing bosses. They have the curse. They have 50 seconds to push with the boss with it. ETC not up for 30. If they can secure something here, that would be great. If it starts going even slightly south, and I mean very slightly, I would immediately go back and try to get this second boss.
Team's core is under attack.
But yeah, they have to play very carefully because if they wipe here, it is game over. Better than yesterday, will come in and just secure the kill. They have 2 lanes in which they could just walk right in and do that. So they have to play smart. Good. Nope. Good fear out from the Gul'dan. Brightwing tries his best to secure a little bit of space for his team too. Curse is going to be over in 4 seconds. This is it. GG's. Real good games, everybody. Real good games. So, I like what both teams did there. I think, better than yesterday had it the whole time. The whole time. It was just the very, very end. Once 20s were picked up, that was it, man. That was it. Misplayed Ults came back and made some pretty solid plays. So like I said, we are going to go back to Infernal Shrines now for the second game. Let me get all this set up for the teams here. We'll make myself an observer and pull everybody in. Invite to game. Invite to game. Okay, what I'm going to actually do, guys, I'm going to put it on the BRB screen real quick for a second. I should be back in 2 minutes. I will leave you with some wonderful HOTS music in the background. But again, stick with me here while we get everything set up, and then we will be right back. Okay, back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take a little 2-minute break here. So we are going to tournament draft, no match history. This one is going to be first pick, but better than yesterday. She was saying R, they're ready to go. That's funny. We'll select this team. Get JTR on the right side, so she's Freddy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna confirm this out with everybody, get everything set up here. Okay, so let's confirm. We are going to confirm. First pick is okay. Just like, and again, while I know this is right, I just always like making sure because I have made mistakes as to first draft team before. Alright, guys. Misplaced ready. Let's see if everybody's ready. We should be ready here. Nope. Okay, they want to put fish gets the crown. Let's see. So let's see if they're ready or if they just missed it. Okay, BTY, ready? So you just missed that. As anticipated. What the fuck? My cat is going nuts. So looks like we have the opposite problems. Looks like BTY. Oh, there you go. Okay, guys. Good luck. Have fun. Maybe. There we go. Infernal Shrines. Okay. So if you guys have not figured it out yet, the giveaway is actually going to be the next game. While I appreciate the free viewers that are currently here tuning in, again, I'm going to hopefully try to get a little bit better of a share of a pool of people to select from. But we'll see. Maybe we'll give away something smaller at the end of this one. We'll see if we get a couple more people in or not. But again, Infernal Shrines here being picked up. 30 seconds for the first ban. Another 3-lane map, another really strong map. You want a lot of zone clear, you want a lot of presence. Stukov's great on this map. Heroes like ETC is again still good on this map. Arthas great on this map. Greymane, Gul'dan. I think I said Arthas. Basically people that can continue to clear waves and zone objective or team fight while they're on objective are still great too. And taking that little extra damage from the monsters. Melthiel being banned out. Better than yesterday says, hey, we don't want to deal with that. We had it last time. We don't want to play it now. But we also don't want to deal with it. So, we'll see where it goes from here. I'm sorry, my voice is all kinds of sore. Garrosh being the ban now on the side of Misplaced Ults. Again, Garrosh, I don't think I've seen him in an NGS game yet. I think a lot of people don't like playing against him. So you see him banned quite frequently, his first ban, just because he has such power in the play and speed of a game. If one of your heroes steps out of line anywhere near him, or if he, even if you're just too close and he gets this pull, it could just completely destroy your engage strategy. So I mean, it's tough to play against him. He's kind of a pain. Greymane Dahak being picked up, obviously they did pretty well for the side of Misplaced Ults last game. They also are great on this map. Dahak obviously being able to zone and clear objective at the same time. Greymane is just great. You could leave him in the back and Worgen form, and he'll just start clearing out maps and objectives as well. So he is a great hero to have on your side. Especially on this type of map, as is Gul'dan, which was the first pick of Better Than Yesterday. So right now, everybody's kind of picking meta heroes for the strategy on this map. I'd expect maybe see another global picked up. Nope, but Arthas and Stukov. So we talked about a little bit about those two before the draft. Really got into it as far as what good heroes were, and those are two that I both mentioned, as well as the Gul'dan. So you're very much seeing on the side of Better Than Yesterday. They really want to focus the objective clear game and the zone game. So Arthas has the ability to just lock down a lot of heroes. If he can land it on the Greymane, he's set. With that root and basically being able to keep his AoE around him, uh, not only continues to put damage on the other team, but is going to help clear the objective as well. Gul'dan can do the same thing, kind of stand from a distance and throw stuff off and hit everything in a line, which is going to count the objective and the teammates. So again, kind of good picks, kind of what you would anticipate to see here. Stukov now being, real good on this map, being able to put his silence where he wants it, zone out a lot of different opportunities, and prevent some lockdown. So if he can get that off and prevent the Dahaka from burrowing, that's going to cause a lot of problems for the Dahaka. Obviously, he counts on that as his way of being able to get into a bad situation and save himself while his team catches up. So Stukov has very much a good ability to take that away. Vala being banned out on the side of Misplaced Ults, she has great clear on this map. And also seeing that they have a mage, they're anticipating that they're going to want to go some sort of sustained damage as well. So taking her off the table if you don't want to play her and you already have your Greymane doing that role is a smart move. Brightwing being the ban out for the side of Better Than Yesterday again. I'd imagine that's partially a respect ban. That is what Misplaced Ults used to win round one, or at least partially used to win round one. So I think that's a smart kind of ban out on that side. 41 seconds left. I'd anticipate at this point to see a healer picked up. That way they can leave their last pick as a flex. And maybe their other frontliner. Maybe a no, I don't think a Sonya with a Hawk would be that great. She's great on this map, but I'd rather see another main tank with her. Maybe I wouldn't mind a Jaina, to be honest. Gul'dan and Stukov don't have a lot of options for mobility. So if you can land a ring on them, or even just slow them, that's going to be a problem. But we see the Lucio and the Nubrak being picked up at this point. Nubrak's great. I mean, he's going to be able to put in a lot of stuns, go in there, cocoon out the Arthas, stop that AoE, allow his team to get in there, get rid of the root option and the slow option. So he's a good hero. Good hero to have on your team at this point. Oh, excuse me. So final two pickups. Again, I'd like to see some sustained damage and I'd like to see another frontliner. So now I could see a Sonya picked up because I think Sonya and Arthas works better than a Sonya and Dahaka does. And I think Sonya would work real well in the comp that they're building. You're providing another frontline hero, something that can get into the other team. Sure, they have stuns. They have a lot of ways to take you out of your spin. But I think she's a real good choice. She can basically get a lot of camps, get a lot of pressure that way. Keep map push always in your favor. Clear objective and put a lot of damage on that back line. Chromie picked up, Tyrael being picked up. So again, we see the Tyrael picked up. This is a get, but different team this time. He's in a pretty good space right now. A lot of people pick him, play him out, so that doesn't surprise me. The double mage strategy, though, is a little bit of a shock to me. Not that double mage doesn't work, but right now you're really banking on all their heroes to be clumped up. I mean, Chromie's just a pain in the butt to deal with anyway. But I think a Nubrak has a lot of ways to get on her. Lucio with the speed has a lot of ways to get on her, and a lot of the team to get there. Same with the Dahaka. So she's in a little bit of a dangerous spot. Hopefully the Tyrael and Arthas will have enough to keep the zoning on her pretty well. Holy Ground will allow them to do that. The Roots will be able to do it. Yeah, I think she'll be okay. She should be fine. Kael'thas being picked up. The question is, will he go Convection? It's a good map to go Convection, but you have a lot of ways to be deleted against the double mage, and you don't have the greatest health pool either. Yeah, so I anticipate to see a lot of focus from the Chromie going directly onto that KT, keeping him out of the game if they go Convection build. 1 second left. We are now going into the game. So again, this is the second round of the night. We have Better Than Yesterday being down 1-0 against Misplaced Ults. Misplaced Ults, while being on their heels the entire last game, does manage to secure and walk away with that first win. So great playing on their part. Let's see if they can do it again, or if Better Than Yesterday has kind of come onto their strategy and it doesn't let the map meta get away from them as much as it did towards the mid to late game last time. Loading in. If I'm looking at both comps, I like, as much as, like I said, the double mage could potentially be a problem, I like the side of Better Than Yesterday. If they can keep everybody safe, I think they'll be in a relatively good spot. Eric on the Gul'dan, Masterfish on the Tyrael, Arthur's being played by Goth's Don, Chromie on Murad, and Search on Sheep on the Stukov, Numerak is a Lincoln Park, Sir Mac is the KT, DS Smiley. Hey, DS Smiley, DB Smiley, another caster here. Does great work. Check him out if you get a chance. I didn't recognize that until now. JTR on the Dahaka, and then the top lane is going to be Grey Man, which is Sheep Fu. Yeah, man, so go check out the DS Smiley's channel, give him a little bit of support. I like the stuff that he puts out, so, again, another NGS caster, always good to, support each other, guys. It's a solid community. So Chromie does basically zone and take a little bit of vision on the mid to see if they're all there. Misplaced Ults does a great job of kind of backing and not walking in that vision, not giving away their position right away. Lincoln Park, basically coming in, maybe trying to set up a good gank opportunity for his team. KT does go convection build, so the question is, will he be able to sustain this and get that wrapped up relatively quickly here? The best thing that Better Than Yesterday could do is kind of spread or keep a good rotation game going and stay ahead of the KT. So basically making KT anticipate where they're going to be and try to land those convection stacks as fast as he can against a mobile team. So we see a little bit of a different strategy here. We see a 1-1 top from both teams, but it looks like a 4-man rotation is going on inside of Better Than Yesterday. And it looks like only a 3-man rotation for the side of Misplaced Ults, so they seem to be leaving a Numerak mid. So they're not going to have quite as much wave clear. Only 1 stack of convection right now with the KT, now up to 2. Looks like they're going to maybe do a 1-2-2. Now the rotation, they know they're going to lose it, so trying to basically keep XP soaked the best they can. Chromie landing a wonderful Dragon's Breath on DS Smiley, chunks him down to about half health, makes him pop his heal a little bit sooner when his team isn't around than probably he would have liked. But it does get things done. So again, here comes the 4-man rotation. They're not going to be able to get on JTR, but do clear that wave in a good spot, allowing it to be mid, so they don't have to worry about too much being wrong. JTR walking into the Chromie Hourglass, the time stop going off there. Nobody really wants to activate it right now. Arthas looked like he was considering it, but opted out against it. Numerak gets rooted in place, but it's going to go away. We do see 4s being picked up on the side of Misplaced Ults. So again, keeping that XP soak as best they can. Obviously, the Hawk up here is going to have the ability to engage and go in on his team anytime he wants. Tyrael, on the other hand, is not going to be so lucky. He's going to have to walk all the way back down if that's the Hawk who decides he wants to join team. So here's going to come the power of who can zone better while getting their AoE off. KT you're relying on pretty heavily at this point to be getting a lot of these done. Unless they need to throw convection out, he gets that. So 16 to the side of 6. Misplaced Ults is basically controlling this objective turn-in. I anticipate that we are going to see a... Nope, looks like they're going to still try to contest it. I anticipate Better Than Yesterday just to give that up a little bit earlier and try to maybe get a little bit of wave push or a little bit of clear. But they sat there and they just tried to chunk out a little bit more than they wanted to. So the KT update, he is at 4 stacks of convection. Obviously still a whiles away from being able to complete that quest. So Better Than Yesterday doing a pretty good job of keeping a little bit spread, keeping that off of him. But here's an opportunity where he is going to be able to pick up maybe a couple of those. Because that they're going to be kind of tied up. You can anticipate a stun going off on Ghost Dunk, maybe grab a pick up there. He misses that, so obviously going to be on a little bit of cooldown. It's also at about 50% mana. They do have everybody soaking lanes as well. Gul'dan going up against the Greymane. Nubarak and the Tyrael still kind of duking it out. But Dahaka has made his way bottom to help kind of push in here. The Punisher doesn't go down. They do only manage to take one tower. We see Greymane rotating bot to maybe help secure this rotation. Everybody on equal levels with XP. So better than yesterday, doing a good job despite now being down towers, being on the same playing field. KT at 6 stacks, still a little bit off. Great job by KT with the stun. Surson Sheep gonna be in a rough position. Is he gonna get out? 17 health hit, he goes down. Lucio being able to help his team get in there with that speed boost at the last minute, and I think he booped him away for the kill. You know, all that time, Greymane taking the bottom camp, again, basically trying to keep as much map pressure on as he can. So we see first kill obviously going out against the Search on Sheep. And that's what I said is kind of the problem, is neither him nor Chromie or Gul'dan, unless Chromie takes bye-bye, have any kind of really good options at escape. So if Greymane or Lucio or Dahaka get on you, you're screwed. And that stun from the KT set up that whole thing. Him landing that stun on the Stukov in a vulnerable position in a bad rotation allowed his entire team to get in there and really help burn down that Stukov that way. So we do see camps being picked up by DB Smiley and Sheep Fu, going to be pushing down the mid lane. Arth is still bottom, getting a little bit of soak there. Again, the tanks poking each other at the top. Nothing too terribly exciting. So I apologize to them for not being there more, but there's the action we're seeing, guys, in case anybody watching the stream wants to see it too. DB Smiley, Sheep Fu basically going to start working on this camp here. Going to burn it down right as the objective pops. And we do still have the middle camp pressure here. No, it looks like it's down now. So that's now down too. JTR at about 50% health. Chromie, everybody trying to hit him, but he does manage to stay out of all the damage that way. He's going to be able to basically burrow right back in, so he is going back. Is he going to try to walk it? He may actually just try to soak lanes to get his team 10. If they can delay this start of objective longer, they're going to get 10s, because they now have somebody soaking an extra wave, so Misplaced Ults doing a very smart move here. Not starting the objective, not letting the other team start the objective, and just really waiting on those 10s, knowing that they will hit it at about a half a level sooner. At which point then Dahaka is going to be able to come back up, join his team, everybody has power of the ults, and then go. So good job at Masterfish probably recognizing this and engaging on the objective, trying to get as much of a lead as they can, understanding that 10s are going to be picked up first for the side of Misplaced Ults. So the more they can get now, the better. And again, without any real good global presence, it's not even like they can try to do the same thing. We do see Tyrael going mid, trying to get a little bit of soak out of that way, but the Hawk is doing the rotation game. Clearing mid, then clearing bot, then clearing mid again. And we do see 10s picked up right now. Curse Bolts once again for Greymane. Sound Barrier for the Lucio. Cocoon on the Nubarak. We see Phoenix being picked up for the KT, who is now halfway at his convection stacks. And Adaptation for the Dahaka. We do see Gul'dan go down, and 10s being picked up right now on the side of Better Than Yesterday. Flowing Stands picked up. Army of the Dead for better sustainability with the Arthas. Horrify, of course, with the Gul'dan. Flailing Swipes, of course, with the Stukov. And I'd expect Sanctification, although you could get some solid judgment value if you can dive in on that KT, get a stun, quickly followed by a Chromie W and a Gul'dan Corruption. But again, he's kind of going to Fill Fire build. Yeah, Sanctification is probably going to be the better call. But you could get work done with Judgment. I like that he hasn't picked yet, so he's still obviously considering it. I think that's a real smart move, trying to determine what's going to get the best bang for your buck here. But again, second Punisher being picked up again by Misplaced Ults. Again, not going to get anywhere near the tower being done. They have such a good job at clearing it that it's going to be tough to really follow up on those objectives. Tyrael still hasn't picked an ult, man. He's still mulling this over. Not quite sure what he wants to do. Chromie already picking up her next level talent thanks to her trait. There we go, and he did do the Judgment. I like that call. It's not the the popular pick, but he does have a good target. If he can basically get even the Lucio, if he can get just tied down for a second, uh, between the Stukov being able to stop the heals, the Chromie being able to lock down and slow, and the Goldan being able to output a lot of damage, I think you could make that work. Uh, it may be a little bit of a dangerous call, especially because you can anticipate the noob basically burrowing in, cocoon, stunning, all that kind of stuff, where sanctification will prevent that. But here's the good opportunity of where you see it taking advantage. We do see the Hawk. He's gonna get away. Oh no! Horrified. Just a second too late. Oh, it's gonna be a long cooldown for a complete whiff. Oh man, that hurts. If he would have done that, I mean, that would have put a lot of stuff done. So we do see Judgment being burnt. Masterfish gonna. Oh, Masterfish gonna stay alive. Go, Masterfish, go. Nope, 95 health, and then he drops. That was a solid attempt, though. Good attempt by Masterfish in staying alive. Misplaced Ults gonna basically go and take this camp. Yeah, managed to secure this camp. They do have bottom camp pushing in too, so it's going to be a good opportunity. 8 seconds the objective pops. They have 2 lanes being pushed right now thanks to camps. Is the Hawk going to come and try to take this one? It looks like he is. So that's going to keep camp pressure. Greyman probably going to join him to help speed that up just a little bit. Again, they're not starting the objective. I think I probably would have, just because you know that they're clearing lanes. Even though you don't have 2 people there, you can get some work done. So I like that they started it now. KT again, since still at 10 stacks of convection, so still hasn't died yet. Actually, nobody on their team has died yet, but he hasn't hit any more heroes since we last talked about it. So he's getting there too. The Hawk again putting a little bit of top lane pressure in here, as is Greymane basically says in the mid too. Everybody on the side of Better Than Yesterday is still down. Talent here, now going to be almost 2 whole levels down. It's a good Judgment. Oh, is it enough? It is enough. So there goes the Lucio. So again, that's why I like that Judgment here. I mean, they have enough targets. They can make something work. So first death on the side of Misplaced Ults is going to be the Lucio here tonight. So the first objective being picked up for Better Than Yesterday, and it is an Arcane Punisher, so this is the big daddy of damage. These Arcane, spinning lines are basically just going to be a pain in the ass. They chunk all kinds of damage, they're a pain to deal with, they end up everywhere you want. Greymane's now stuck on this position with 2 of them, that was fun. Another great stun by the Punishers. Lincoln Park gonna fall to it? No, but they do get chunked down, do go down a little bit low. Ours is clearing back here, basically keeping his lane under control so they don't lose that keep wall. Everybody on the side of Misplaced also is gonna have to go back, or not everybody, I guess most of them, go back and heal up just a little bit. But the first fort for the side of Better Than Yesterday does go down, so they do take that bottom lane, and they're going to try to start working up, and now they are again on even talent tiers, where once they were down 2 levels. So that was a good opportunity. Sound Barrier comes out, as does Horrify. Flailing Swipe goes out, and Curse Bullets. So everything basically popped except for Army of the Dead, and Slowing Sands is actually just wrapping up now too. So Army of the Dead, only ult not popped at that opportunity. Everything else was used, so again, a lot of people hitting hard, but nobody walking away with any kind of kills to make it count for anything. Camping picked up by Misplaced Ults. They're going to continue to push down this mid lane. We do see the top lane, Bruiser camping picked up by Better Than Yesterday. Going to keep a little bit of pressure there. If Misplaced Ults works fast, they could take both of these bottom camps as well and put Better Than Yesterday on their feet, but it looks like they're not going to be quick enough or recognize that opportunity. Greymane will be able to take the bottom one, but mid lane is going to still be up while they basically poke a little bit and team fight here. So about a level down now. Better Than Yesterday is going to have to get a little bit better soak going in. That bottom camp is going to have to be dealt with real quick, or else this keep wall is going to start taking some damage. This fort wall is taking damage. JTR moving his way top to deal with that. So again, everybody basically doing a little bit of camp cleanup from what happened in the past couple minutes. 6 teams being picked up for the side of Misplayed Ults. Or Misplaced Ults. I'm sorry, I've been saying that wrong this whole stream. Misplaced Ults, not misplayed. Misplaced Ults. Looks like they're maybe setting up for a party bush. They are. They're anticipating it to come all the way through here. You see the pings being out. I think JTR, I think, gave it away. JTR trying to get into that bush. Gave it away. Oh, no. Oh, Misplaced Ults. Oh, no. The Anubarak goes down. Yeah, he tried to get a little bit too greedy in his positioning. Murad was probably able to spot him, letting his team know that they are there. And now, better than yesterday, has the opportunity to really start putting pressure on this objective, knowing that Anubarak is not there to put any kind of additional pressure or any kind of challenge, forcing Misplaced Ults to go back and just try to do camp pressure and soak. So while the party bush idea was good, I think if they would have just hung back a little bit in these two vents, you would have anticipated them to see either come up here or come up this way and walk through, and I think you would have been able to secure a couple kills there. You know, there was really no need for him to try to move here. You knew where they were. So Frozen Punisher coming basically out right now. He is considered the weakest of the Punishers in my opinion. You know, you get a couple good roots, you get a couple good playmaker abilities, but you can pretty much avoid those for the most part. I like the Mortar Punisher for Siege a little bit better. As I say, you can get away from the roots. Everybody's getting rooted. Linkin Park has to dive out. We do see Lucio having to pop Sound Barrier, trying to keep his team alive. Judgment going out on him. A couple more roots coming down. 15 minutes, 45 seconds in, the Convection quest is finally complete. They do taunt the Punisher over the wall, and the fort goes down too. So again, they lose a fort in that whole big push. They start making their way back up to do a little bit of damage cleanup. JTR grabs the Gul'dan, brings him through the bush. Now a Anubarak body block. Great play, but the Horrify saves his life. Has to pop his own Horrify, gets away with about 300 health, but real solid play on Misplaced Ults there. Initiating with that Dahaka tongue, and then following up with the Anubarak stun and body block. If it wasn't for the Horrify, that would have been an easy kill. Even the flailing swipes wouldn't have done too much because he would just kept pushing everybody back. You know, but Gul'dan was already going to be in a rough spot. So real solid play. You know, probably a lot of puckered buttholes on the side of better than yesterday right there. You know, kind of getting caught out on a bad rotation, so to speak. Okay, so we see some corruption. Everybody basically trying to force them off this camp. Everybody kind of wants it for their own. Yeah, I guess they can clear it out fast enough. Yeah, better than this is going to be able to clear this out, no kind of problems. And people start making their way top. So again, we have the Dahaka basically here, going to make a nice little minion wave for himself. Oh, search on sheep. Okay, he is back. Okay, so that was the Stukov that left there. So he was just joking last game about his internet connection. It looks like we are finally seeing that in full force with that quick DC here. Master Fish doing a good job trying to contest that camp, but not quite enough. His team wasn't there to help do any kind of follow-up there. So again, we're going to see a little bit of a wave pushing in top, a little bit of wave pushing in bot, or not bot, mid, I apologize. So both teams doing a little bit of cleanup and then going to be making their way to the objective. Anubarak was zoning, sees Masterfish coming in, comes back behind the bush so Masterfish doesn't realize he's there, and then he puts out a stun, just buying himself a little bit of space and time. Nobody really starting the objective at this point, understanding that Chromie could be anywhere and just start picking from a distance, as could the Stukov. Not Stukov, the Gul'dan, I'm sorry. Curse Bullet does... I thought I heard Curse Bullet go off. Nope. So again, Chromie doing a great job with the zones. This is why we sit here and say this is a solid map for her. Phoenix going in to help secure a little bit of the objective as well, and kind of do a counter zone on his own speed. Anubarak gets caught up in the time trap. Oh, Greymane, my man. Oh god, that was CC hell for him. Basically walks in, gets roots, gets judgment. Not much you could do in that situation except for just watch it unfold. KT now with about 50% health, about 80-90% mana. Probably going to back a little bit again because they don't have too much in the terms of Greymane damage to help. KT pokes as much as he can, but it looks like this one is also going to go to better than yesterday. So better than yesterday is saying, hey look, we lost last game. After being ahead the whole time, we're not going to make that same mistake. We're going to play a little bit safer, stay as a team, and keep our map pressure watched, and taken care of. As you can see now, because they go back to deal with this minion wave, and they've been doing a real good job keeping top lane under check. But you do see basically now the camping picked up for Misplaced Ults. Phoenix going out, helping zone out. Better than yesterday, but we do see them basically getting ready to retreat back behind their keep wall. Punisher at about 50%, gonna jump out on the Anubarak. Fort goes down, here's the Mortar Punisher pushing in, gonna start sieging up just a little bit and putting out a little bit of damage. Takes out the top tower, jumps over the wall. You see bottom sidewall being taken down, allowing access for the team in and out. Punisher does drop. Root goes off on the KT. KT goes down. Luckily he had his convection already. Got that about 5 minutes ago. Great Horrify coming out. Pushing back Misplaced Ults. Master Fish about 50%. Arthas about 50%. We do see his Army of the Dead here, so he's going to be able to heal himself back up just a little bit. Lucio gets low, so yeah, I mean they could probably take this keep. They just keep kind of poking it with Chromie. They got enough good zone. I think the Stukov's doing a real good job with his silence. I like his build. I like going the W build right now with him. Another strong judgment going out on that Lucio, keeping him out of the team. Only problem now is the Haka basically helps take him down, but Master Fish escaping with about 120 health, slowly making its way back up. Stukov is going to spread the disease to him, help heal him back up. But man, that Tyrael was in a little bit of a tight spot. So he does full health, obviously has no mana left at that point, and real low in health. And look at this keep. As I was sitting there saying they were doing a better job at watching the lanes, if you remember, there was a camp that pushed up this entire lane. And look at that. Look at what it did to the keep. This is almost the exact same thing that happened to Better Than Yesterday last time. They weren't paying attention to camps, letting Misplaced Ults keep the lane pressure going, and it cost them that top keep for free, which if you remember is ultimately what they walked down in Cursed Hollow to win the game with the boss. So they need to do a little bit better job in that regard. Question is do they learn from that mistake and come down bottom now and deal with these goat men early? So it looks like they are. I think that is the right call. You give up a little bit of subjective, and you deal with that camp. Nope. They're just going to let it hang out. I take it back. I think they probably could have cleared that up pretty quickly with the Godan, not giving up too much of a subjective, and then continue to fight, knowing that you're going to have a push in both lanes here. So you need to win this quick and send somebody back. Come on, Better Than Yesterday, you bit. But we do see Misplaced Ults coming in. Judgment going out onto the Lucio again. Fear quickly following that. Tyrael drops. Cocoon is thrown out as well. So Misplaced Ults doing a great job in the team fight. Keeping Better Than Yesterday on their toes and pushing them back a little bit. Three of them are about 50% health. The Anubarak, the Greymane, and the Lucio. But they are going to heal up pretty quickly here. Lucio has a little bit of armor on him. Flailing swipes coming out. Here comes the Arcane Punisher, and look at that. You still got your Goatmen that just did all this work on the bottom. So it's a tough spot to be in. They do take the fort. They do have to send some people back though, because again, now they're in a situation where they have a low keep from the last engagement. They can't allow that camp to start pushing it in. So you're relying on the Punisher to take the bottom. You're going to come up and just sneeze on this top lane, bring that down, and then you're going to start spawning some Katas in that top lane. But are you going to lose the mid in the process? They're taunting the Punisher around, doing a pretty good job. Are they going to be able to defend this bottom keep? Yeah, they'll be able to defend that. They're going to lose the mid keep wall. And look at this, man. Can it get any closer to Haka? The Haka luckily finishes that up. Oh, man. Making liars out of me. I thought they were going to defend that. So, Punisher able to take the bottom lane. Now better than yesterday's in a little bit of a rough spot. They do now have to defend 2 lanes against constant wave pressure from the catapults. While better than yesterday only has to worry, or not better than yesterday, Misplaced Ults has to worry about 1. Maybe 1. And that's if that drops anytime soon. So it looks like we got a little bit of a party bush set up on the side of better than yesterday. Anticipating that they're going to come up for that camp. Which of course they're oh no, they're going to go bottom first. So this is a missed opportunity. They could just go mid once this wave passes without losing vision. Because again, look, now you got stuff pushing in. They could have taken this. I think waiting here this long is not the right call. Yeah, you're getting nothing done, and you're allowing the other team to continue to put pressure. You waited far too long, my friends, on that. You should have either you could have at least cleared this if you didn't want to cap it right away. You could have cleared it and then waited for the party bush and then just grabbed it. But now look, you have to back, and you could have taken this. You could have easily taken it. You had all 5 people there. Now you got to sit here and say, okay, we got to defend our keep. Got to defend bottom wave. Here's 2 Katas in the Goatmen. Here's 2 Katas. You're not in a good spot yesterday. Just a little bit of hesitation, a little bit too long making that play. I understand you want a party bush. I understand you were in a good spot to do so. But when you see that bottom camp taken, you know maybe they're going to come up, but it's still a little bit away. And they can just play the waiting game at this point. Here's a strong top wave coming in. Gul'dan going up to clear that. While we see Arthas and everybody going to bottom lane, trying to basically get that under control again. Greymane going back to take care of that top Merc camp that was taken by the side of better than yesterday. So, I mean, if Misplaced Ults takes this, I'm trying to think if there's any situation in which better than yesterday wins it. They would almost have to avoid the Punisher stun, team wipe the other team and push mid, and then core race against the Katas. But the wave clear right now on Misplaced Ults is so strong, thanks to the KT and Greymane, and the zoning is really, really good on the part of the Anubarak and the Dahaka. But they can get a real solid lead here, and I think they're going to be able to take this Punisher, unless they really, really mess up. And granted, Gul'dan still has Horrify, they're still filing swipes up. Everybody's been at their 20s for a while now. They could make something happen, especially with the double convection hitting against the Gul'dan and such. They do have to basically life tap to keep himself alive. Holy Ground going out. Oh, what a root. A root in the silence, and then a Horrify. Get that Lucio. Lucio goes down. Oh no, Greymane. Oh, Greymane. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man, what a good turn of a team fight. But again, they do have to go back. They're going to try to leave the Gul'dan with enough to clear this. I imagine the rest of them are going to go back and try to push lanes. They don't even have enough people up to try to backdoor. If Gul'dan stays back and keeps this cleared, Punisher is going to walk down mid. Oh, you don't all need to go back. Oh, yes you do. You have 5% core. Holy shit, yeah, you all need to go back. Oh, here comes the Haka. I think Anubarak should have done the same thing. I think Anubarak should have just went with the Dahaka. Both of them could have picked a lane. Came in and just tried to get that 5%. Oh man, I thought Gul'dan was going to be able to clear out more than that. in the quicker fashion, but I was wrong. Yeah, at this point, if you're misplaced alts, you clear this up with whatever you have left, and then you send people there. I am really shocked they're not leaving any back. Okay, good. I was say they need to leave somebody back. If not, those Catas were going to do enough to finish that off. Now here comes the race to the century. Man, it's gonna be close. Better than yesterday comes in, lands a root, gets that KT, the clear goes off. The shield is down on the core. Goldan coming in to cheer. Oh my gosh, what a match. Oh, 5%. 5%. Oh, that number's gonna haunt him. That number's gonna haunt Misplaced Ults. Wow. Real good games. Real good games. The turnaround in game one, Misplaced Ults basically taking control of the map of that game, despite losing multiple team fights, and walks away with the W, thanks to some really good map positioning and control. And in the second game, basically it being the exact opposite situation, better than yesterday. Being on their heels for the whole early game, comes into their own the second half, walks away with the W after they get the core to 5%. Oh my gosh, that's a tough loss, man, but a good game, by both parties. So again, I am going to take a break here for about 15 minutes, and then the stream's going to come back up, and then we're going to do the giveaway game. The stream is going to be, what's it called? Misfit Island versus Drop Dead Gorgeous. So if you're here, I'm going to shut down the channel for a little bit, get everything set up on my end, and I will be back here shortly for the giveaway and the next round. And so we're gonna be moving forward. So again, stick with me, and we'll see you guys shortly.